Hi everyone, my name is Nick and welcome back to Get Your Play Online. Today for Sunday Fun Day, we are going to be making a rainbow sensory bin. This sensory bin will allow you to not only expand your sensory side and sensory play, but it will also allow you to use your fine motor skills and some of the things that we can do with our sensory bin. Here's what you're going to need in order to complete your rainbow sensory bin. So, first, creating a rainbow sensory bin, like I said, is going to allow you to use your hands and be able to feel what is inside of the bin, as well as we'll use some big scoops. We'll also use some containers that you can fill with your big scoops and dump them in there. You'll be able to explore the bin and use the materials in the bin to work on your fine motor, like I said. So this is what you're going to need. First, you're going to need a big bin that you can use to make your sensory bin. Here's mine, and then also with your bin, you are also going to want to have a lid that you can put on top of your sensory bin. That way, if you ever want to bring it with you anywhere, you can put the lid on, it's nice and safe, nothing will come out, and you can take it with you anywhere that you go. So aside from that, you are also going to need some scoops. These that I have are just measuring spoons. You probably have some if you ask your mom or your dad or your grandparents or whoever's in your house with you. If they have any measuring scoops that you can use some of these. Also, if you want, you can also put like clear plastic containers, or I have these just little black bowls that I'm going to be using, and I also have some lids for those as well in case you want to scoop some of your sensory bin material into your little bowl, put the lid on it, you can shake it, that kind of thing. I also have those. Our sensory bin is rainbow themed. Summer is coming to an end, and when I think of summer, I think of bright colors and having fun, so we're going to be doing a rainbow theme. So some of our supplies that we have are some different color rainbow pom-poms or puff balls. I've got big ones, I've got super big ones. I've also got some little itty bitty ones and some more medium ones. Like I said, they're all different colors, rainbow. Also, you can use different colored buttons. Here I've got some big circle buttons, I've got some square buttons, I've got some really little buttons, and then I also have some, like the puffball, some more medium-sized buttons. So, rainbow buttons, and then I also have some flower shape buttons, if we want to call them buttons. They're just a bunch of little flowers. They're different colors, they're different shapes, or not shapes, they're different colors, different sizes, excuse me. And so we can use those as well. And then we have beads. I've got a couple different types of beads that we'll be using today. I've got little circle beads. And then I've also got the regular beads that you can make bracelets out of, and that kind of thing. And then I also have some more circle beads that are littler. I have a lot more of these. I just wanted to kind of show you the different kind of beads that I have. And then lastly, I also have pipe cleaners. So these will come in handy. We can use these to string our beads onto or our buttons onto. So those will come in handy as well. So now that we have everything, and of course before you start to make your bin, you want to make sure that you have all of these supplies next to you or handy. That way you don't have to go grab something. If you keep them next to you when you start, that'll be much better. So now that we have everything together, we can go ahead and begin to put our box together. So what you want to do first is take your bin, of course with the lid off, If you're reusing a bin that you maybe had other stuff in before this, you can go ahead and empty that stuff out. But first, we will take our bin, and what I'm gonna do first, I think I'm gonna do the beads first. If we do the beads first, that will be a nice bottom layer for all of our other supplies. So you're gonna take your bowl. Also, all of these supplies came in packages. What I did is I took them all out of the packages and put them into bowls. That way it's easier to dump them in and not have all the trash and the empty packages around when you're putting your sensory bin together. That way there's just not as much clutter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bowl of beads, and I am just going to dump my beads very slowly because they will bounce if you don't do it carefully. I'm just going to take, I have 3 bowls of beads. I'm just going to take my beads and dump them right in. One more. All right. So, now that we have all of our beads in here, what you can do is you can kind of mix them up. Make sure that they are all nice and incorporated with each other. All right, now that we kind of have our bottom layer, we are going to add in our buttons next. So I've got my bowl of buttons here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the beads and just go ahead and slowly dump those in from my bowl. And then you can put the bowl to the side. And again, you just want to kind of mix it up. That way it's all incorporated and there's not just layers. You want it to all be mixed up. It can get kind of loud, but okay, now that we've got all of our buttons and our beads in there, you can see that our bucket is starting to get pretty full. Of course, you could stop here if you want, but I'm also going to add a few more things. As you can see, we have all of our different size buttons, all of our different size beads. You can pick it up and use your hands if you want to, but we do have some more supplies to put in. So next, I'm going to take my flower buttons, and like I said, they're all different colors, all different sizes, but they're all flowers. And I'm just going to dump those in. And this time, I'm just going to give it a little stir again. All right, so we've got our beads, we've got all of our buttons, and we've got all of our flower buttons in there. The next thing that we are going to add is our pom-poms, or our puff balls. Like I said, I have all different sizes and all different colors. So what we can do is just go ahead and dump those in there. And we want to give it a mix again. The puff balls aren't going to necessarily like bury. They're going to stay towards the top just because they're bigger, and that's okay. We just kind of want to mix it all up. That way they're not all just sitting in one spot and they're everywhere. All right. So lastly, we have right next to me our pipe cleaners. I have a blue pipe cleaner, a purple one, a green one. I know they kind of look the same. A green one, a yellow one, and an orange one. For these, I'm just going to lay them in there because these will come in handy when we start using our sensory bin. So I'm just going to lay those in there for now. I'm just gonna spread them out a little bit. And then what you want to do is take your lid to your bin, close it up, and make sure that the handles are nice and secure and it's closed. And what you can do is you can take your bin and just give it a nice little shake. And now you can take your lid off again, and you can see that everything is nice and mixed up. So, now that we've got our rainbow sensory bin all together with all of our supplies, we can go ahead and add in our scoops. So I'm just going to place those right in there, and I'm also going to add in some plastic containers. Your plastic containers are optional. You don't have to put them in there, but it could be fun to use your scoop and scoop up your stuff and put it into the bin. And you can also scoop with these. Just different things that you can use. You could also use maybe a pair of tweezers or different things like that, so you can pick stuff up, play with it, that kind of thing. Okay, so now that everything is in our bin, we can now go ahead and use it. So here's my bin. What you want to do with it is, what you can do is you can take a scoop and pour it into your little cup. And with your cup, you also have, if you do, you have lids too. You can also put a lid on it. And there you go. You can shake it and make noises. What you can also do is take the lid off and dump it right back in. Also, what you can do with it is you can take one of your pipe cleaners that we have, and you can take some of your beads that you have. You can take your beads, you can take your buttons, you can take your flower buttons that you have, and what you want to do, this is going to help work on our fine motor skills of stringing beads onto our pipe cleaners, putting them on there, taking them off, all that. So what you can do is you can take your button. Sorry about that camera angle, my computer started to fall. And you can string your bead right on there, or your button. You can just take one end of your pipe cleaner and put it right through the hole of the button. And then you can take one of your beads and you can put it on there as well. And then you can continue to take beads and your flower petal buttons and your little circle beads, and you can just continue to put them onto your pipe cleaner. I'm going to take one of my circle beads and put it right on there. Ooh. Grab that again. We'll go for pink. You can string that on there. You can put as much on there as you want. It's all up to you. There are so many activities that you can do when you make this rainbow sensory bin. You can do what I'm doing now. Like I said, you can use your beads and your buttons and string it onto your pipe cleaner. You can use your measuring scoops to scoop up your supplies and put it into your little bowl, or scoop it and dump it. But when you do dump it, be careful to dump it close to the bin. That way, when you dump it, it doesn't bounce everywhere and go everywhere. We don't want to make a mess. So I'm still just putting our buttons and our beads on there. And like I said, this will really help with your fine motor skills. All right, so here's everything I put on the pipe cleaner. And then after that, you can have your bin, you take your pipe cleaner and push it all off. So another activity that you can do with this rainbow sensory bin, you can sort your colors. That's another great way to use your sight and your feel and picking things up and exploring them. You can also sort maybe your puffballs or your pom-poms or your beads or your buttons by color. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking out my scoops, and I'm also taking out my plastic containers, and I'm going to put those to the side. I'm also going to take out my pipe cleaners and put those to the side as well. From here, we've just got all of our supplies in here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to get all of the blue puffballs. And what I'll do is I'll take this down just a little bit so you can see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get all of my blue puffballs. So you can find those. And you can get all of your little puffballs, the big ones. They can be different sizes. I'm just going to get all the blue ones. And now you can see that I've got all my blue puffballs in one bowl. They're different colors, so this is a lighter blue, and this is a darker blue, and then you can also see that they're different sizes too. So there's a big one, there's a little one, so we can put those to the side. Now, I am going to get all of the pink puffballs. Again, they can be all different sizes and all different shades of pink. I am just going to get all of the pink ones. Okay, pink. Now I'm going to get all of my purple puffballs or pom-poms. Oh, I found another blue one. So I'm just going to take that one and put it right in my bowl with the other blue ones. Oh, and another one. And if you find more while you're going through it, you can always take it out and add it into your bowl. So now I'm going to get all my purple ones. All right, I think that's all of them. Now I'm going to put those to the side. And then I'm going to get all of my green puffballs. They kind of look yellow, but they are green. It's like a bright neon yellow green. So I'm going to get those. And I did do rainbow, but I also did like neon colors of rainbow. Of course, you can do regular rainbow. It doesn't have to be rainbow. It can be maybe, if you want to do your sensory bin, all blues, or all greens, or all pinks. You can pick a color, or you can do rainbow like I did. Rainbow, just like I said earlier, signifies to me, it means like bright and colorful and excitement, so that's why I chose rainbow. So I think I have all of my, oh, one more. And I also see a few pink and blue and purple ones. So I'm going to put my yellow ones to the side. And I'm going to grab the pink ones that I missed earlier. Oh, one more. Okay. I think that was it. Alright, so now our last color puffball is orange. So I've got my bowl again. And I'm going to take the orange ones. Oop, I found a purple one. I'll take the purple one out and just put it in my bowl with the purple. Okay. Any more? All right, I think we got them all. And of course, like I said, if you're going through it still and you find some more puffballs, that is okay. You can just take them out. Oh, like I found two more, an orange one and a green one. And I think that's all of them. Like I said, if you find some while you're going through, so you can always take them out and put them in their bowls. What you can do from here, if you want to continue to sort your colors, you can take maybe your purple puffballs and find all of the purple buttons and put those with your purple puffballs. You can also get your purple flowers, your purple beads if you find any, and then you will have all of your purple supplies in here. I have a purple pipe cleaner. Oops. And there's all of our purple stuff. And then you can put your lid on when you're all done. You can put everything back into your bin. So you can put your pipe cleaners back in. You can dump all of your puffballs back in. You can put your plastic containers back in there. You can put your scoops back in there, and you can also put the lids to the containers back in there. And then you want to take your plastic lid and you want to put that back on and make sure the sides are closed. That way nothing spills out. You can go ahead and put this somewhere safe, somewhere that you want to keep it. That way when you want to play with it, you can grab it and open it up and start playing with it. You can also, since it does have a lid, you could bring this on a trip with you if you're riding in the car for a long time, or if you want to bring it to school, or maybe if you're going over to your grandma and grandpa's house or anything like that. You can always bring this with, since it has a lid, and show it to everyone, play with it, and just have a lot of fun with it. So thank you so much for playing with me today. I had so much fun making this rainbow sensory bin. Don't forget to join us later today and this week for Sunday Fun Day and all of our other activities that we're doing throughout the week. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time here on Get Your Play Online. Bye!